live, receiving your content. Well, hey guys, welcome to my channel, Glen. My name's Glenn. I like to share with you what I learned in the world of cryptocurrency. I'm actually in the conservatory. You might be thinking, why? What's happened to the crypto shed? Well, I actually went out there the other day, and where the door had been left open a little bit, the computer that I'm on, which is this $2.5 grand iMac, it had like all like frost around it, and I had to wipe it all, and it was just steaming up, and I thought, oh, it's going to get condensation, or it's going to start messing up. So I've actually brought it into the house, or the conservatory of the house anyway. It's a bit warmer in here, but I don't think I could be as loud really, because I'm pretty sure neighbours can hear me, and I'm pretty sure my missus and kids can hear me. So I'll try not to sing and shout too much. But anyway, welcome to the live stream. So today, the reason for this video really is just because of the major price action that's happening with Bitcoin. It is dropping every time I refresh it. Someone commented in the Telegram group chat, which if you want to be a part of, the link to it is in my description down below. Feel free to join it. It's completely free, and there's no shilling, no scams. Just people offering advice and tips and just chatting anything crypto. We even play some games. And yeah, someone in that group chat said, oh, Glenn, Bitcoin's just dropped below 4K or something like that, or dropping. Now, I sort of said that, well, I predicted, sorry, that this was going to happen, but I didn't realise it would happen so quick. This is the worrying thing about this market at the minute, is that a couple of days ago when Bitcoin went down, I did a video, and I was pretty much, one of the guys said, oh, Glenn, you were gloating for half an hour. I sort of predicted that prices were going to stagnate, if not drop. That was just my prediction, based on what I see and read and hear from people in the world of crypto, people outside of crypto. The level of interest that seems to be dying off. But yeah, I thought, right, okay, at these sort of levels, I thought we were going to stagnate around 4 to 5K for a little while, and probably sort of Christmas time, which is only in a month's time, I thought, oh, we could see 3.5 to 3,800. That was my prediction. And I even said this is my Telegram group chat, just because I like to show people, because it's really easy for people on YouTube to go, oh, I knew this would happen. But someone made a prediction here, ST Sonic, and he said, what do you think about this? I said, personally, I think we're going to go down to 3.5 to 3,800, and I think that's going to be a bottom. Now, I thought this would take maybe a month or two to get to. I didn't realise it was going to happen the next day. But yeah, it's quite shocking how fast and hard that Bitcoin is dropping. I sort of said on, yeah, I actually said here, so I shared a screenshot of CoinMarketCap then on Friday. Oh, why can't I get it up? I've heard that before. Yeah, so on there it says 4,300, and that was quite low, or it dipped into the 4.2. And I said, oh, it looks like we're going to end the week with Bitcoin just over, and I meant to put 4,290, but I put 6, and someone pointed me out on it. But yeah, to me, that was, normally Friday nights are pretty good for Bitcoin price, but it dropped just before the close of Friday. So this sort of got me thinking, like, gosh, give it till Sunday, Bitcoin might, do a bit bad here. But you never know. Sometimes Sunday's a dip day, sometimes Monday's a dip day, and we could still see both those days being a further dip. But based on the way Bitcoin's acted in the past, and that's all I'm basing this on, is that when they have big moves like this, it normally stagnates, at least for a couple of days. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I sort of was thinking this was going to happen at some point this weekend. I just didn't think it was going to happen 24 hours later. I thought we might get like dead on 4K on Sunday, or sometimes Monday's a dip day. But yeah, I mean, this price here, 3,872. It was 3,900 something a minute ago. Let's refresh this. 838. And bearing in mind, this is on coin market cap, so this is the average across all exchanges. If we go over to, say, one particular exchange, obviously I like to use Coinbase Pro, or GDAX as I like to call it. This is going for 3,700. Oh, jeez Louise. Right, we've got a few people in here. George Dominique says, don't know what to think of it. I saw it when it broke 4K down to 3.9. Random Gamer Dude says, hey, thanks for joining, mate. It's nice seeing you again. Bitcoin is fast moving river. That is true. No one's holding that current. I can't believe Bitcoin is dead. I don't think Bitcoin is dead. I think people are losing faith in price action. That's probably the best way I can describe it. Bitcoin is not dead till the last, I think that's meant to say fat lady sings. Random Gamer Dude says, we're just in a bear market, fat. I've disconnected all my ASIC miners. Well, that's a good point, actually. Paid 2009. Quite a lot of people seem to be disconnecting their ASIC miners, as we've seen with the Bitcoin difficulty drop off. So let's go to Bitcoin difficulty. We were talking about this in my group chat. I don't like this website. Yeah, let's lose Coin Wars. Black Friday, yep, it certainly is. Black Saturday, more like. Yeah, you can see here in the last 30 days, and this is quite rare. Normally, Bitcoin difficulty sort of continuously goes up. It's on an upward trend continuously if you look at the all-time. But you can see here, actually, with this price action that's happening, big drop-off there. Will that continue? I hope so, because then it'll be more profitable for the, you know, smaller miner out there, if you like. You know, I'm ready, flying the flag for all of us one-man bands. But yeah, Bitcoin's dropped off massively in difficulty, which means technically to mine Bitcoin, if you forget the US dollar number that's tied to it at that point in time, but actually it would be profitable in Bitcoin terms to mine Bitcoin now. You can pick up S9s for what, $200-300, bearing in mind they were like $3,000 this time last year, and now the amount of Bitcoin that you're going to mine is 8% more than it was a week or so ago. So in that regard, it's more profitable to mine now. But obviously people will be looking at the US dollar equivalent. They'll be saying, oh, the 0.01 of a Bitcoin is only worth this much now, so I'm only earning $1 a day. But actually they're earning more Bitcoin than people were last week. So you do have to tread carefully, make sure you do your own research, make sure you know what all your total costs are, all your electricity costs, because it may be better off just buying Bitcoin at these prices if you are going to mine. So really it's all about efficiency. That's the key to it. Paid 2009 says, cheers Big Glen. Big Glen? I am quite big. Bitfinex, 3,850 to the 3,700. George says, I'm still paying the high cost of electricity of my 10 Antminer S9s. And that was 3 months ago. For 3 months, I have been paying £900 a month. Well, if you was buying £900 a month just in Bitcoin without mining, you would have one whole Bitcoin now, wouldn't you? Almost. Mining equals holding. True, that is true. Joseph says, I'm not concerned with the US dollar value short term. The quality or quantity of coins of which I'm mining is important. Yes, that's right. JD says, yes, Glenn, work it. That sounds a bit divish. What to mine ASIC say? I think you're messing up two websites. So you've got whattomine.com and then you've got asicvalue.com. Let's have a little look at ASIC value. That's a good way of seeing a snapshot of all the miners put together. I wonder where the Z9s are now. Z9, $4 a day. Still more profitable than those new machines that just come out that are like $2,000. What about the Z9 minis? Let's have a little look. Is it even on here anymore? Have I gone past it? Z9. They must be in profit still, surely, even if it was $1. It's not looking. Those Bitmain S15, the new one, the 28 terahashes, 22 cents a day. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. There's probably a lot of people that have spent a lot of money on them, but JD says, how long have you been live, mucker? I don't know. How long have I been live? 11 minutes. Not too bad. I'm going to wait for Bitcoin to go to 0 and then buy all of it. That's going to bring the price up. Well, that is a fear, actually. If you had, what's the total market cap now? If you had someone who had enough money, or a group of people, they could do that. They could kill Bitcoin off by just buying all of it. Obviously, the people that refuse to sell it, but you know what I mean? If enough people bought enough Bitcoin so that it was unattainable for the rest of us, and I don't know, would that cause a problem, do you reckon? 22 cents a day is a joke. JD says HODL 2.0. George says Antminer Z9 Mini is at 77 cents. Jesus. Let's have a little look. 77 cents. Oh yeah, there it is. Mine's different because I put in a different value rate, I'm sure. Let's have a look at some of these other bad boy machines. Where's the S9? S9 is, that'll be right down there. Oh, it'll be probably right at the bottom, won't it? S9 minus $2 a day, might as well say. Yeah, minus $2 a day. Jeez. I do get the argument that people, you know, they mine and they say, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm just holding on, but that's all well and good for 30 days. But then when you have that electricity bill come out, like Paid 2009 says, you know, he's paying £900 a month. You could probably just give £900 a month to Coinbase, and you do that 3 months in a row, as it stands right now. Say 4, sorry. You've got one whole Bitcoin. I'm sure you're not mining one whole Bitcoin in the space of 4 months, but who knew? Glenn, I give you a clap for selling at 6.5k. Yeah, I still feel disheartened that I did that, but this is what I thought. Obviously, I'm not technical analysis. I don't claim to know exact prices. But I just thought we were heading towards a stagnation, if not a drop-off period. And I said to myself, what is the point in holding on to coins that are going to devalue? I might as well have the fiat money back now and buy back when I feel that things are going to head back up, you know, a month or two before. That's the perfect case scenario, I suppose. But I don't know when the exact bottom's going to be. I don't know when the exact top's going to be. All I know is that I think, especially come Christmas, come New Year, what was it? Is it the the Lunar New Year or the Chinese New Year. Ain't that typically a very bad month for crypto? These sort of months, that's when I was thinking of buying back in. I didn't think it would drop this quick, this hard. So I thought we'd get there. I thought we would get there, but after Christmas, after New Year, these are the sort of prices that I had in my mind that I thought we were going to hit. And as I've said in several videos now, I've said it several times, so it's not like I'm just going, yeah, look, I knew this was going to happen. And in the Telegram group chat, you know, I always try and be honest and upfront. And obviously, I've got no say in the price of Bitcoin at all, but just giving my honest thoughts. But there you go. The fact that this has happened so fast and hard now leads me to believe that I still think we're going to head towards worse times than this over the next 2 months. I really do. My prediction was getting down to 3.5k. We might bounce back up to 4k. We might drop back down. We might go back to 5. We might drop back down. Those sort of things. But I can't predict any of those things. And I can't predict anything really. I'm trying to tread really carefully what I say, but I can't predict. This is just me guessing. I assume that we're going to have a lower low than this by the time of mid-January. That's all I can say. And that is when I'll be looking to buy back in and hopefully accumulate. I would like to think 1 or 2 whole Bitcoin. That's where I'm thinking, guys. Obviously, if prices keep going down, then I'll probably still put in the same amount of fiat money. So I might end up with 3 or 4 Bitcoin. But yeah, I mean, and even some of these other ones, and I know they're shit coins, and I know I said I wouldn't, but you do have to look at some of these and think. Stellar at 14 cents. Wasn't that at 40 cent not long ago? So that's like 4x there if it goes back up. Ethereum looks like it's going to head below $100, which is insane. That was at like $2,000 at one point. So that's 20x there if it goes back up. Ripple's at 36 cents, and again I made a price prediction on this. I actually said this weekend I feel like it's. Let's have a look, just so I can prove to you guys. There we go, look, Ripple might drop below 40 cents. And that was when it was at 41 cents. So I thought, I mean, that's an easy call, actually, anyone could say that. But then I also said, don't worry, VRS is up 105%. Who gives a fuck about VRS? Yeah, some of these are fucking so cheap. So cheap. They are tempting. But stay focused. It's all about the Bitcoin. Let's have a little look to see what is the worst performing crypto. Metaverse ETP. This one pumps sometimes, actually. But obviously it's having its comeback. Monocoin. It's 20%. Chainlink, Arc, Stratus. Miracle. That's just on a continuous down. Some of these actually pump on a daily basis, but some of them are just that is a slide to hell. I wonder. Actually, do you know what? For so long, I haven't looked at some of the others. I've never clicked on page 2 for like fucking probably 6 months. Let's see what the... Oh, look. Tron Tron Classic. I didn't even know that was a thing. But it's up 73%. These coins that are coming out and they're just forking off. It's funny. It is funny. I mean, this hash war between obviously Bitcoin Cash and all that, it pisses me off more than anything. It does. It winds me up, actually. I'm not going to lie, but It's worth nothing. Let's see what the worst is on page 3. Eco Real Estate, Cred, Timmy Coin. Let's change this up. 45%. That is straight off a cliff, that one, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what any of these are. I haven't heard of... I've heard of Loki. I remember reading that once. But other than that, Quantstamp, that's dropped massively, if that's the same one I'm thinking. Nucleus Vision, I had some of that. Glad I don't now. Oh dear. I hope a lot of these shit coins disappear, and I hope the SEC in America does sort of release some sort of regulation with some of these coins so that they don't just keep pumping out these coins. Ridiculous. Let's have a little look. Can't even make a collect call with 22 cent. Hashim says, hey Glenn, if you had $0.01 power cost, what did you do? I assume that's meant to say, what would you do? If you had zero... Let's have a look. If I had... There we go. Apply. I would go out and buy a Spondoolies SPX36. Or actually, I'd probably just... I don't know. I wonder how profitable the new T15s are at. $3 a day, yeah, it's alright. I would probably, out of all, the only one I can honestly, hand on heart say is a good machine is obviously the Z9. Where is that? That's all the way down there. God, that hasn't. Only went up a little bit. But some of these more efficient ones, I know this Obelisk SC1, it runs at like, yeah, there we go, 500 watts. That's ridiculous. That's well efficient. That doesn't, you know, you get fucking 10 of them, and I think they're only about, what did I see them for? I think they're about $1,000. They're pretty good machines to have, value for money wise, and they're mining 20, if you had 1 cent electricity. I know Voscoin had one of these Xeon 180k machines, but I think he said his one broke down after a week or something like that, so not too sure about that, but yeah, if I could get 1 cent electricity, I'd be buying a shit ton of these, and yeah, and putting them in a shed somewhere and just let them run all day long. Paid 2009 says you're exactly right, Glenn. Just wait until electricity bill comes in. I was averaging $300 a month. Yeah, you really have to look at that, guys, because there seems to be this stigma that if you're mining, then you're sort of like your Bitcoin that you're hodling is like better. It's a better class Bitcoin than say someone who's just bought it. You really need to get out of that mentality. You're giving your fiat money to accumulate more Bitcoin. I don't care what way you do that. That is the transaction that's happening. And if you're spending $100 a month in electricity, and for that you're receiving $50 worth of Bitcoin, it doesn't make sense. You might as well just turn your machines off. You might as well go to Coinbase and go, right, I would have spent $100 this month on electricity. I'm going to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. Then when the end of next month comes, you buy another $100 worth of Bitcoin. Now, if the price of Bitcoin keeps going down, you're winning all the time. You're winning. If the price of Bitcoin shoots up rapidly and in that week you didn't buy any Bitcoin, then you think, oh, fuck, I turn my machine back on. You know, that's the way you... In my opinion, you've got to do it. But there seems to be this like this mentality of like, oh, Glenn, you've sold your miner, you've give up, you're out of the game, you was in it for the short term. No, it's not like that at all. I'm still looking at Bitcoin and I still want to accumulate as much as I can. That's still the end goal. But I have to look, right, okay, what's the best way of accumulating that Bitcoin? And people were saying to me, Glenn, you're thinking too short-sighted. You're trying to skip corners, you know. But yeah, if I kept my Z9s running now, I'd be earning, what was it, 22 cent a day, 77 cent a day. Whereas I sold my machines for 900 quid. You know, like I mined about 300 quid's worth. I sold them for £700 worth. So I got about 900 to £1,000 worth. Well, that's going to buy me 0.3 of a Bitcoin. I would have never have got that with one of those. So in that regard, my method has worked and I was right this time. It could have gone the other way. If Bitcoin just had a massive bull run, everyone would be saying, Glenn, I told you you're so stupid for getting rid of your machines and you should have just kept on. But I'm quite happy how things are going at the moment. Someone actually posted on Facebook. I'll just show you this quickly actually. This is actually a family friend. And I sort of, not talked him into getting Bitcoin, but he said, God damn, Bitcoin is going the wrong way. And this is in British pounds, 3,294. And in one of the comments here, he said, he tagged me in it, Glenn Hammond, Mr. Bitcoin, what the fuck is going on? When is it going to climb again? This time last year, it was heading towards 12K. He did put another comment, and it said saying like, the only thing that keeps me awake, the only thing that, where is it? He said something along the lines of, the only thing that keeps me happy is the fact that whatever I've lost, I know Glenn's lost more. But I said to him, well, actually, I sold mine when it was at like 6.5, 7K, so I don't mind how low they drop. But yeah, that's the sort of mentality that people have in this space. And if you do believe in Bitcoin and you just want to help with the hash rate, then yeah, go, by all means, do it, you know. But don't get tricked into thinking, oh, I've bought an S9 or an S15, so I'm like God, you know, like I'm just gonna keep doing this forever and I'm better than Glenn because he's just cashed his one out, you know. You need to think about, right, okay, what's going to accumulate me the most Bitcoin? Should I buy some? Or should I pay the electricity and accumulate this many? And you need to work out the costings of both. But that's in my opinion. You ain't got to listen to me. What do I know? Let's catch up. You're exactly right, Glenn. Wait till... Oh, right, I've read that already. If you are mining, you need to pay the electricity out of pocket. There's no point. Wait until February to buy back in, Glenn. I think 3,400 is the bottom, but that's probably wrong. I've got two Z9 minis and a big Z9, all overclocked. They're my first profitable miners. Electricity with the miner running are 4 cents. Jeez, that is good. Well done for that, George. Yeah, the Z9s, they're awesome because they're so efficient. You know, it's all well and good having these machines that run at 5,000 watts, 4,000 watts, but they're good when the prices are so high or they're rapidly increasing. But when it's the downtimes, you really feel it. So, yeah, it's all about energy efficiency. Aquacoin, Suka coin, Zelcash. I'm not a fan of Suka. I just mine in Nice Hash. Nice Hash is a good way to start, but I make double Nice Hash in dollar value by mining some lesser known altcoins, shitcoins. What's next? Dogecoin Premium, Dogecoin Gold. I mine Suka. I've never heard of Suka, sorry. I don't see the point in the X22i algo. I don't, to be honest. I don't believe half of them. Where's Environ? I assume that's meant to say Envian. Oh yeah, where is? Yeah. Let's have a look. Is it still dropping? 3669. Jeez. Let's just refresh this. Make sure it's up to date. look at that. Gee, and it's still going. Let's put it on the 1 minute. Ay. What was we looking for? We were going to look for Envian. Is it even still, do people still have it on exchanges? Just over 3 cents. That's up. That's up. At a time when mining is not profitable, it's up. Oh dear. Envying. You tricked us into your money. Well, you tricked me anyway. Fair play. I should have gone with my gut feel. I don't want to talk about envying. God, it makes me angry. It seems a bit useless chaining more algorithms together. My Z9 miners are running 85k souls on Nice Hash, making around 500 a month now. Nice. Z9 is the best of all the miners. Try 5,000. Shit, I'm late. Hello, Glenn. That's all right, Nelson. I don't do a register, so you're all right. Joseph says, I don't like the SC1 because of Sire. They pulled shady stuff with the fork. Yeah, that's the thing. You're mining a coin that I don't believe anything to do with that coin. So, again, like I was doing with the Z9s, I was just using pro hashing and just converting it straight into Bitcoin every hour because that's all I wanted to receive. I didn't care about anything else. The SC1 could quite easily be made redundant. It's only profitable as it's the only miner on the network. Yeah, that's the thing. It is a bit of a gamble, but I was just talking about the efficiency versus how much it's earning a day at the moment. But yeah, it's all about Bitcoin, guys. Come on, let's be honest. So let's go back to coin mockup cap. It looks like it's going to drop below the 3,800. I don't know where this is going to end. Obviously, it's heading towards 11 o'clock at night in the UK. Obviously, in America and Asia, it's all different times. But yeah, this looks like it's still dropping now. So if you've still got some Bitcoin in, I would recommend holding off. Although we've just had a green candle, but that don't look too good. It looks like we're going to hit probably. I'm gonna say it looks like we're going to hit 3.5k already, and that was my prediction when I said I think Bitcoin's going to head down to 3.5. That was at the start of this video. How long have we been on this video for? 33 minutes. So half an hour ago, I said 3.5, and if we're live long enough, we may hit it live. I would love to see Bitcoin down to. It's really hard to say, actually. I would love to see it as cheap as possible. I'd love to see it at $100. You know, I'd buy God knows how many of them, but obviously I know that means a lot of people are going to get burned, but all these middlemen, I think they'll cash out. They'll lose so much money that they won't want nothing to do with it again. I think a lot of these ICOs, I think a lot of these tokens, I think they will disappear. Hopefully there'll be a bit more regulation and a bit more, it looks like it's bouncing back now, guys. It's at 3.7 and we've got a green candle trying to break on the upside at the minute. Yeah, we're what I would imagine is going to happen is because these sort of price movements, especially when there's not really any reason for them to happen on this particular day and this particular hour, obviously it does look like manipulation. So I would imagine that just one day it's just going to shoot up. It will just shoot from like 3,000 to 10,000, just like that. And we won't get in quick enough. So it is, well, that's my honest opinion. That's not financial advice. So it is advise when you feel, and I don't know when it is, I'm just saying when you feel that this is the bottom of crypto, then, or Bitcoin, or whatever you're looking at, when you've done your research and you think, yeah, actually, I think this is the bottom, then that's when you should buy as much as you can, really. It's not financial advice. Don't spend more than you're willing to lose. Don't go out and max out your credit cards or get loans or sell your house, sell your car and all that for it. But, you know, you want to buy it when you feel was the best. I was watching, what's his name? The Welsh guy on YouTube. Is it Lewis saying? And he done a video to say, oh, I'm going to buy Bitcoin when it hits 4,800. That's it, Louis Thomas. And then literally like the next day, it went down to 4,800. And he said, yeah, that's it. I've bought some, and I bought in and that. So that's fair play to him. You know, he's done what he said he was going to do. So utmost respect for him. I really enjoy his videos. And I feel like obviously I want to do the same, but I felt 3.5 was the bottom. But the way we've hit it so fast and so hard, it leads me to believe that there's more pain yet to come. But I could be wrong. I might be wrong on that, and I may miss out on these opportunities to buy at these low prices. I may, but you know, I feel sort of end of December, January, that's going to be the peak time to buy Bitcoin. But when a market's being manipulated, they're not going to do it when it's an obvious time. They're going to do it when it's convenient for them, when, you know, when certain triggers are met. So if this is manipulation, then they're obviously going to pump it when it's ready for them. Bitcoin crashing, all gone. Hopefully the bear market cleanses out all the shit coins. I agree with you. Check Bitcoin price on Bitfinex. The prices in Bitfinex is higher, and you know the real BTC price. I watch in TradingView site. Yeah, I haven't. I don't really get too much into technical analysis. This is more of an, you know, an overview or a summarization. It's just an opinion. That's literally all I've got. And you know, I remember when Bitcoin was at, it was at like 10k or 11k, something like that. And my friend Nathan, who you may, if you've been watching my videos long enough, you may know, he said to me then, oh, I think this is going to go down to 4k. And I said, no way, Nathan. I was like, where have you got that from? And he's like, oh, I just think it's going to go to 4k. Spoke to him the other day and he went, I told you, didn't I? I was like, there's no way you could have predicted that. And he went, yeah, but I did though, didn't I? And I said, yeah, you did. He's got nothing to back out with. That's just what he thought. So in his mind, when he sees prices below 4k, you know, for him, he should be buying some more. Because if you go with how you know, what your gut is telling you, yes, you can lose money, but it won't be as painful because you always think, oh, well, I gave it a shot. That's what I thought was going to happen. If you buy because a YouTuber told you to, or because a news article or someone on Twitter says, oh, this is the bottom, and you think, oh, yeah, this is the bottom, yeah, I'm going to buy now. When it drops, you're going to think, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have bought in, really. I only did it because he said so. So you have to go with your own gut feeling, really, because then if it does go down, you know, the pain isn't as bad. And when it goes up, you're like, yes, I did the right thing. I knew it. You know, you get that feeling. A random gamer dude says, I think it's going to go to 2k, honestly. Well, I would, before tonight, I would have said no. I would have disagreed with you there. But after tonight, probably. I hope so. I really do. Bloody hell. 2,000k Bitcoin would, for me and my money, would be like 1,000. Well, it'd be about £1,200. That would be awesome for me in my situation. I know a lot of you are probably losing money and you're probably stressing. Bend over, bend over. You got me there. He says, is this the end of Bitcoin? No, I don't think it's the end of Bitcoin. I honestly believe these prices are being manipulated, and this is just the beginning of a massive bull run. I'm not saying this month, I'm not saying next month, I'm not even saying by March. But if everyone loses faith in Bitcoin, all of a sudden these big investors are going to come in and they're going to buy loads of Bitcoin at the price they want to pay. And then obviously when they make those big purchases, the price of Bitcoin will start going up. And then everyone that's aware of Bitcoin, which is millions of people more now, they're all going to go, oh, that Bitcoin's going up again. Oh, I better buy some this time because I missed the 20k run last time. And then all of a sudden that's going to have a knock-on effect and up we go. So that's what I think's happening. Ashim says, I'm going to buy at 3k or 2,400. Yeah, unless we have a really big bounce in the next week or so, I think towards the end of December, we've got to be looking at, yeah, probably 2.5k actually. So it's not a bad shout, between 2.5 to 3k. If things keep going the way they're going, it seems like once a week, once every 10 days, there seems to be a massive sell-off of Bitcoin. So we'll see what next week brings. But that's it really, guys. I can't really say much about that. It seems to be bouncing up and leveling out a bit now, which is good news for people that are holding on to Bitcoin. For people that are wanting to buy in, we want to keep seeing it go down. Hashim says, let the Bitcoin go. How's life? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. A bit of personal spiel about me, actually, is that I'm looking to sell my house and move. And yeah, I was actually thinking that with the sale of the house, depending on how much I buy the next house for, I might actually take some equity out of the house. Not huge amounts, don't get me wrong. Not, you know, I'm not going to remortgage the whole house for it. But actually, that's when I would look to buy, you know, a large amount of Bitcoin for myself. You know, what I'm willing to lose. And I was thinking, oh, hopefully that will happen by the time, you know, whatever the house sells and stuff like that. Hopefully that would happen in probably January, February time. So I was quietly hoping that Bitcoin would drop and keep to those levels in January, February. So things like this happening, I sort of, part of me is like, yes, that's really good that that's happened. But then part of me thinks, oh no, it's going to have a massive run up, like just before I buy in. And then I'm going to sit there and think, oh my God, why didn't I buy when it was $3,700? So that's my fear. That's the things that keep me up at night. Can we bow our heads and say a prayer for people that bought Bitcoin at 22k? It's December 2017. Yeah, I mean, I probably bought some at that price actually. It depends. The mistake isn't buying Bitcoin at 20k, because when something's going up like that as fast as it was, you don't know where the top is. We all know now, but at the time, if Bitcoin had a massive run up now over the next week and we started hitting 18k, everyone would be like, oh my God, this is it. 50k, 100k, 1 million, and you'd be seeing all YouTube videos saying things like that with big titles. Bitcoin's going to 1 million. You wouldn't want to back out of it. The mistake isn't buying at 20k. The mistake is really holding on to that for long periods of time, even though if you think, oh, I think this is going to keep going down, you know, once you see like 18k, 16k, 12k, 10k, then you've got to start thinking, right, this seems to be on a continuous downward trend. It seems to stagnate, right? And that's what I done. I thought that's why am I taking part in this? Obviously, everyone says just hodl, just hodl, just hodl, and I actually disagree with that methodology because I understand where it's coming from, and it's good if you bought prices at, you know, a very low amount. Let's say you bought Bitcoin today at 3,700, and in a year's time, Bitcoin's at 1 million. Then you can honestly sit back and say, "Told you, just hodl," you know. But then obviously you can always look back and say, well, actually, if you'd sold at that point and bought at this point, you would have made a lot of money. But then on the flip side, you could also say the same and lose money. But yeah, for the people that have bought at 20k, they've just got to hold on now, haven't they? If you'd bought £1,000 worth of Bitcoin, it's got to be worth what, 150 now. At that point, you've got to say to yourself, well, I might as well just hold on to it to see if it heads back towards those sort of figures. I sold at 7k. If I bought in now, I'd probably end up with, well, double the amount of Bitcoin than I had. So, but yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know. I know a lot of people would disagree with that. Hashim says, nice, wishing best luck for you, man. Cheers, thanks, Hashim. If you guys are new to this channel, I've seen some names in here I haven't seen before. If you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button, and also give this video a thumbs up before you leave, guys. It helps share and grow the channel, so please give this video a thumbs up. Let's hope you are keeping warm in cold season, Glenn. Only reason that I have my miners on there is to keep warm. Well, actually, there is a good point to be made that if you were, say, like my crypto shed, it would be really nice now to have them running because it is absolutely freezing in there. Like, it's freezing. So yeah, it would be nice having them. And if you would have put on a heater, then you could, in theory, word it like, well, actually, these miners are keeping my house warm that I would have used heating for, so therefore they're saving me money. You could look at it that way. A random gamer dude says, things that keep me awake at night. Number one, people in the world are dumb enough to believe that Craig Wright is Satoshi. Yeah, that was a good laugh. That was a good laugh. George says, there are some people that pay up to 10k for one Antminer S9 back in December. Oh, they're not seeing a return on investment anytime soon, are they? And Bendover says, all I'm saying is John McAfee better get ready to eat his dick. Now, remember that bet he made actually was for the price of Bitcoin by the end of 2020? So hasn't he got 2019 and all of 2020? So he's got 2 and a bit years so for Bitcoin to turn around. And I honestly believe in 2.5, I don't think $1 million, I honestly don't, but I see it being worth about $50,000. That's my call, and I've sort of stuck to that for a while now. I can see Bitcoin being worth $50,000 one day. Now, if I can get hold of one of them, that, to me, that is a sum of money that would make a massive impact on my life. That's a deposit for a house or another house, you know, like that I can then invest in and get a rental income and buy more Bitcoin when Bitcoin drops from being worth 50,000. So that's my plan. I want to buy in at these levels because I can see it 10xing from here quite easily. So $37,000 to me doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility. We hit 20k only 12 months ago. So who says in the next 12 months that we don't hit 37,000, 50,000? So, you know, he might have to eat his own dick. George says that means no more YouTube videos. I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, George. I actually really enjoyed doing these YouTube videos. So even during these dip times, I saw the price of Bitcoin. I thought, fuck, who can I ring up? No one. I'll do a YouTube video. I like talking to you guys. Bitcoin just jumped up massively there, just about $100. That's might be making a rebound now. I'm sure it'll probably come back up to these levels, so it might come up towards the 4,000k mark. Oh, maybe not actually. I reckon it's going to come back to about 3,850, and then we're going to see a little bit of stagnation for a while, I think. But yeah, I would say for me the buy-in time has got to be just after New Year. I don't know if that's the right move. I don't know if that's the right call. Based on previous history, if you look at Bitcoin prices after New Year's, it typically has had a downward trend during those times. I'm hoping that repeats itself and I can buy Bitcoin cheaper than it is now. But you could say that's me being greedy, but then on the flip side, I'm not in a position to buy. So even if Bitcoin went down to like $100, if it went down that low, I would beg, borrow and steal off someone. But I'm not in a position to be putting in thousands of pounds into Bitcoin right now, not with the sale of the house going through and everything. So once that's all tied up and sorted out, then I can do some more. Oh, we're at 3.8. Oh, that's just jumped up massively again. 3.820, 3.840. There we go. It seems to be bouncing back, guys. So we might see it back over $4,000. I feel bad for all these places that have spent all this money on those ASIC machines. They must be thinking, shit, it's so unprofitable to mine right now. This is shooting up pretty quick. Part of me thinks, oh, I should have bought some of them. That's just gone up from, where was that? 3.6 to like 3.9 in the space of like a few minutes. Damn. Look at that. Green chart, straight up. There you go, guys. A random gamer dude says, we're going to 100k. You just said 2k a minute ago. LOL, these channels that say stuff like that though. Oh, right, you're taking a minute. If you get hold of one, does Bitcoin, it's going to change your life if it hits new highs. I believe Bitcoin can hit 1 million, maybe more, if it's well adopted. My 2Z9 minis are still working away in the garage. Russell says, what's up? Russell, this is insane price movement at the minute. Bitcoin is shooting up. It's just gone from 3,600 to 3,900, almost 4K in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. So in the last 20 minutes. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Thing is, now that precedent has been set of 3,600, I'm sure it'll dip down to those levels again. Say just after, I'm guessing again. I'm guessing after New Year, but that's it really from me, guys. I'm going to leave it there because it was fun doing a live stream with you guys while the price of Bitcoin was fluctuating so fast there. We talked about some of our opinions on ASICs and mining and my views on what's going to happen to the market. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new, click the subscribe button, and obviously I look forward to seeing you guys from the next video. You can always chat to me further through Telegram. The link is in the description down below, and you can always find me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all with the name glen. That's it from me, guys. See you later. Bye.